guys. Teresa Apel with Dark Horse Press right now. I am sitting in Office Evolution. Of course, this is our office building. We got started here 2 years ago, and when I tell you that this is absolutely probably the key thing that we did to help boost us as we started Office Evolution, that's not an exaggeration. I wanted to talk to y'all about this place, show you that there's some open offices here. If you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, something like that, and you're trying to solve the problem of a business center where you can do pretty much everything, but it doesn't break the bank. This is a great place to be, and the most important part are the networking opportunities, because there are so many other businesses involved here. I wanted to introduce you guys to Cliff Osmond. Now, he is the big guy in charge here at Office Evolution. So, Cliff, tell us a little bit about kind of what is it that makes Office Evolution not just a work sharing space, not just a place where people can come to do their business, but an actual business community.
Yeah, well, thanks, Therese. Thrilled to have the opportunity, really appreciate it. There's an expression in the business, what we do, we're called flex office spaces, they call it. And I guess it's called that because there's just so much flexibility here. We have a business center here. We've got 30 fully furnished private offices. We're on Airport Road, right in that Lakeland, Flowood airport area that so many people want to work from. And we've got meeting rooms, and we've got virtual business addresses. We can talk about that if you want to. We've got lots of service offerings that we can offer businesses. And I've done this before. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. This is my 6th startup. And I know how hard it is to get started and find a place to put your business and grow it. The thing that we can do for people is give them scalable options. So if they want to start big, fantastic, we love it. If they want to start small, we love it. We give them options to grow. And a lot of business environments, you just can't do that. You know, you go sign a lease and you're stuck with that size, that scope, and that price for 3 years or 5 years. So we think we've got a little something to offer here. And the other thing that we do as part of that is offer a sense of community so that our members can connect with each other. But beyond that, we leverage our relationships in the community and get them connected to networking and leads groups that are highly coveted, very selective membership, so that they're doing business here, but we're helping them extend their business and find new people to do business with and new ways of growing their business.
Now, there have been some, including us, there have been some businesses that are kind of out there now that have gotten their starts here just in the last couple of years.
Yeah. You know, one that I think about is Take a Break. Take a Break Deliveries competes with those national brands that everybody knows, but I'm not giving them free advertising time right now, that deliver food from restaurants you love to your house or your office. But Take a Break is one of those. They started small. They started with a co-working membership, which is our most basic level, and then they grew up to private office. They grew up to a larger private office, and we got to be a part of that. Other things like one of the first virtual branding agencies in the state, The Hive, started here. They launched here. Sometimes people grow up in scale with us. Occasionally they even outgrow us, and we celebrate that too.
Great. So let's take a look at some of the offices that we have to offer here at Office Evolution.
So right now we're in the Capitol Room, which is one of our meeting rooms. We're going to go through the entry room. We have a full-time manager on site that helps our customers with the things they need. We'll just pause and pass down this hall here. We've got 180 business addresses right here in these mailboxes that will register with Google My Business or the Secretary of State. This is a physical address. It's not a post office box. And so for very little money, under $100 a month, people can have this building show up on Google My Business when someone searches for them by having an address right here. You're standing in one of our co-working spaces, open desk. We got this one closed out this afternoon so that you can show it off and not interrupt people's work. But people for about $100 a month can come in here and work 24/7, drink some coffee, have access to this location, but not just this one. When we give them a key fob, they come in here 24/7. It works at every Office Evolution in America. They don't do anything but just put it up to the door and they go in. So that's Dallas, that's Nashville, that's Houston, that's Atlanta, that's San Francisco, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, DC. All these places they're going anyway. They can go work there if they want to. So we go down our business center. We've got a number of offices. Most of these we can't go in because members have them occupied. But we've got a couple we can show. We show a great office here, office number 9. Love this office. This one's available right now, month to month, on a 6-month term or 12-month term. 12 months gets the big discount. This one faces is Airport Road. It's got a little morning sunshine coming in here. It's big enough for one or two people to work in. And just a beautiful spot. It's right here on the corner of the building. They keep an eye on when their clients pull up in the front parking lot.
Right, and you know, one of the things when we were looking, I remember my biggest thing is I have to have a window.
Yep, and that was one of your key requirements. Now, right now, I'm going to bring the volume down just a little bit, Therese, but this is a great success story right here. This law practice started very small here with a very small basic membership, and this attorney has grown in several steps to larger and larger offices with us.
And that's something that's easy to do. So if I'm in a small office and I want to move to a bigger one, as long as there's one available, that's doable.
Absolutely, yeah, and that doesn't extend the term of the membership, right? So they sign up for a 12-month membership. They can grow up with us during that. And so there's no risk to them if they want to grow up during that time. We've got counselors that are here, attorneys, insurance professionals, investment professionals, accountants, trade and professional associations have their offices here. I see one right here, right down the hall. So a good example. A little private phone room for those folks that want to get away from maybe their coworker and take a quick call. They can step in the room that you're in right now, shut the door into a private call.
Right, and I know that we've used this room to do sound recordings when we were making videos
We've
too.
had podcasts done from here. We've had lots of Zoom calls done from there. And for some people, maybe they're in the office with a coworker, but they just need to get away for a bit. They go in, shut the door. It's first come, first serve availability, no extra charge, and go in there and have a private place to chat.
Great.
So we're spanning across to another section of our business center. I'm going to bring the volume down a little bit because we got folks back here working. But one thing we've got here, Therese, all the great gourmet coffee anybody wants to drink at no extra cost. Full kitchen. Store your food here, fix your food here. If you don't want to leave for lunch, you want to keep working and just plow right through the day, this gives you the option to do that.
Well, and this was one of our favorite places when we first got here, because this is where we met everybody that helped us, and that this ends up feeling like a big business college dorm because you've got your neighbors and you get to know them, and then that's where the business comes in.
That is the unofficial meeting place. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go down the hall here. I want to show you this great office. This is amazing. This office can be a one-person executive office, or it can be a three-person team office, any variety like that. Great view facing north, just lovely, lovely space. We've had, I think, a large trade association was in here last. And
Yeah.
they recently moved, and this gives a great opportunity for somebody else to come in here and have a great space, month-to-month, 6-month term, or 12-month term.
Now, when the Flowood Chamber of Commerce was in transit, they stayed here for a little while. Was it this office?
There's one just down the hall, but it was very similar to this one. It's a large windowed office. And yeah, we gave them a home in between one home and another. We said, hey guys, come camp out with us, save your budget. And it was good for them, it was good for us.
Right, absolutely. And this is the co-working space. You can see there are folks here doing their daily work.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to show you, these are what we call our micro offices. They're a starting point for a lot of businesses. They're relatively small, but they're our lowest price point. They're also available month-to-month, 6-month term, or 12-month term. And so many people start their businesses in one of these and then move up over time.
Absolutely.
This one's great, good for 1 or 2 people. 2 windows, private thermostat. This one's so awesome.
Oh yeah, and there's something to be said for that private thermostat, for sure.
Because most of our offices have a thermostat shared by a couple of offices, and that's just the way buildings get designed. But this one's cool in that respect. Got a great view of the Sheraton and the golf course out back here.
There's a little gazebo out here where people go to eat lunch sometimes and hang out on occasion when you take that break.
Absolutely. I love this office. I've used this office myself a few days when it was available. And again, it's on all of those terms that we talked about before, whatever length people want. Longer terms, bigger discounts. Obviously, that's the way most businesses work.
If this one or the next one we're going to see had been open when we came in, I would have stolen them.
Yeah, so there's the Sheraton, there's the golf course back behind us here. And I think we're in office 22 right now, if I remember right. Great office. We've had a couple of members here over the 3 or 4 years we've been open. And that is kind of the nature of our business. A lot of people will come and stay for years and years. It becomes a permanent home. Some businesses use it as a launching pad. Some use it as a growth stage. It just depends on what they need. But we have a great office here that is available today if someone's interested.
Sure, and this office, when I got here, it was occupied by a company that maybe their name is not recognizable to normal people, but it's a global company that works with military stuff.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah, they work with healthcare professionals, first responders, and military around the globe. Yeah.
So that's, I mean, there's really no business too big or too small when it comes to the outreach that can't park here.
Yeah, I almost hate to say who our clients are.
Right.
We call our customers members because they become a member of our family, our business center. But I hate to describe it because someone might exclude themselves, but we're a good fit for anybody that needs space where they can go and work and have some flexibility.
Absolutely, and like I said, it was a game changer for us, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we'll go on back down and talk about kind of how do we get involved in this.
Yeah, let's do that. So, we have a number of options. We have a member service agreement that people can sign up for, and they become part of the family here. We have a full-time manager here that will help them. Adam is here all the time and works with folks to make sure that we right-size what they need, right?
Right.
So he can help them evaluate what's the best option for them, show them the cost options, and let them choose. And it's really just as simple as just coming and looking, deciding what's right, and saying, okay, I'll try it. And we've had so many people say, wait, let me try it for a month at a time, month one. And then late in that month go, okay, I'm ready to go for 6 months or 12 months. But that just gives them the flexibility to try it. It's almost like the world's longest test drive.
Yeah, and not only that, like we talked about, the best thing for us here when we first got started was I didn't know what I was doing, starting a business. It's like it was a great idea that I had, but then I didn't know how to get to where I was going. It was people here from Office Evolution that helped me figure out my path and how to brand and things like that.
Well, there's a million things you've got to do when you start a business. Like I said, I've been in 6 startups myself, and I'm kind of late in the game. I'm kind of fourth quarter in the game of life, right? I'm 61 years old. What I want to do now is I want to help other entrepreneurs find ways that they can be successful. That gives meaning to my day, to my life, too. But all the things that you've got to do as a business, we can take away a lot of those hassles. If they move in here and take an office, it's turnkey. In the same way you go to a hotel, you never give any thought to all the things that they have to do. They've got coffee and Wi-Fi and janitorial and utilities. We've got all those things, but just for businesses. So they just show up with their laptop and their cell phone, and they're in business. They go to work. It's just that easy. Part of their membership with an office is they do get a mailbox here that's registered, and so they can start to get their mail here if they want to do that. So we try to make that as easy as possible. Phone plans, we've got phone plans. If they want that, we can help them with that. And so just so many options and amenities that we can provide that are part of the package if they want them.
Well, and you'll also have the ability to connect them with your partners when it comes to HR and billing and things like that as well.
We do. I mean, just like we connect people to networking and leads generation groups, we can also give them references and referrals to virtual assistants. We've got a company we like to refer to, insurance, all sorts of things that we can point them to. As we said before, there's just so many things you got to do when you start a business. Find a few people that you can trust. We want to be one of those that can help knock out some of those choices you got to make and make it a lot easier.
Absolutely. Well, Cliff, thank you. Is there anything else you want to show us before we sign off?
I just want people to come check it out. We can do a test drive for a day at no charge, no commitment. Adam will make it super easy, walk them through, show them the options. They can email flowood.ms@officeevolution.com, or even easier, just Google Office Evolution, and from our page they can click schedule a tour, call to learn more, go through all the information. There are beautiful photos up on that website. They want to look and see what we do here, videos, watch other people at work. It's really easy to learn more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for letting us do the tour.
Thanks, Teresa.
I'll flip this back around. Again, guys, I just want to reiterate that when I started Dark Horse Press, I was absolutely a kid with a dream was what it amounted to, and it was people here at Office Evolution. I came here to interview somebody for a story, and he said, well, I told him kind of what my dream was because he was just getting started, and he pointed me to Adam at the front desk, and Adam's the guy that does everything. And so I went and talked to Adam and said, hey, I was going to start a business. They say you're the guy to talk to. Well, within a week, not only was I looking at an office space here that has ended up being just integral to what we do, but also I was, learning about, like he said, I could get insurance through people they knew. I had, there were attorneys here. There were all kinds of people that we could network with. And in addition, we had a business address, and we had a great office. And when I tell you that, like, it becomes a second family here. I can't tell you enough how much Office Evolution has meant to Dark Horse Press. I think there wouldn't be a Dark Horse Press without Office Evolution. So if you want your business to succeed, but you don't know what you're doing yet, you don't know how to go about it or whatever, the tools are here at Office Evolution. Again, it's on Airport Road. This has been our favorite part. It's such a, well, not all of it's our favorite part, but it's such a great location, and it's so close to so many things, including, like lunch. I mean, it's that easy. So stop by Office Evolution, take a tour today, and before we sign off, I'm going to show you, these are the meeting rooms, okay? So you get this, I want to say it's like 6 hours of this per month, where you can have big meetings if you want to, or across the hall here, or across the office rather, you can have smaller meetings, and you can just book these ahead of time, and this is where you can have your meetings if you have one of those smaller office spaces, or if you don't want to have it within your office. So again, Office Evolution is absolutely a pivotal decision if you're starting a new business, if you're a small business, and you're looking for office space outside the house. This is where you need to be, and that's a personal testimonial. I can tell you that without a doubt. We wouldn't be here without Office Evolution. So check them out, give them a call. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.